Stop. Don't order your Neo65 Core Plus without watching this first. You might end up picking the wrong plate. Today we're going to be looking at all the options of what you can get before you check out. Here's the thing. If you want to grab a plate after, the shipping alone costs more than the plate. Let's figure this out before you check out. Today we're going to be going over all the options. I'm going to be doing sound tests on all three plates with MX Blacks on the CF, the PP, and the Alu. I'm also going to be doing it with the Xinhais as well to give you a high clack reference for all three of these plates. We'll also be taking a look at the cheapest option, which is no plate at all, which is solder plateless. Which one should you grab? Grab a drink and a snack and chillax as we go over all the options. Let's get to it. Okay, here we are on the Notion page for the Core Plus. Everything you need to know about this board is here. And we come to the plate section. Three options available with this board is carbon fiber, aluminum, and PP. That's stiff to softness. Carbon fiber and aluminum I find to be very similar in stiffness. Both are quite stiff, and then the PP is the softest option. For sound profile, carbon fiber is clackier than aluminum, and PP is the deepest. I do find with the QK PP in particular, it is deeper than other PP plates that you get from Hype or even AliExpress. Interestingly enough, both of the same order, carbon fiber, then aluminum, then PP, and then on their picture they have them out of order, or at least not the same order, so it's a little bit confusing. I think they did this because they want PP to stand out in the middle between the two black plates, but in any case, CF is the clackiest, then Alu is the best all-arounder, and then PP is the deep soft option. I do love PP with HMX switches and MX Blacks, but you're going to see in the sound test which is best. CF, the reason it's clackier most of the time is it's resin. It's basically resin pressed fibers and then cut. So a lot of times you're going to hear the resin peeking through the switches. Okay, here we are on the QK site. Decision paralysis is a real thing with Neo. There's always many colors, multiple weights, multiple PCBs, and multiple plates. The colors is more subjective thing and different for everybody, so you just pick the colors. There is a plateless option with the solder PCB only. This will get you 105. You're going to have this board and you're going to be up and running. The hard part is you're going to have to know how to solder, and you're going to have to know your switch preference in advance because you're going to be committing to the switch. Most people, I think, would likely grab the wired hot swap PCB and one plate. So with the brass weight, you're looking at 135. Get you going with a plate, and with the copper you're at 150, get you going with a plate. So here's the thing. You add it to the cart, you're going to add shipping, and you're going to be out the door, and you're going to get your board in 2 to 4 weeks. Then you build your board and you decide you want to try something else. This isn't quite what you expected. So you're going to go down here, you're going to go to shop parts, Neo parts. Now, the Neo65 Core Plus parts aren't up yet, but they will be soon. So we're going to use the Neo65 extra parts as an example. Okay, so you want to add your, let's say you picked an Alu and now you want a CF plate. And you add it to cart. And you want to go check out. Now here's the problem. There's $34 shipping on a $25 plate. Your total for this plate will be $60. That is expensive. You're going to want to make your decision on your plates before you check out with the board, if at all possible. So that's where we're going to come in today. Okay, so let's go back again. We're going to pick a brass weight with a wired hot swap PCB and an Alu plate. That's 135. You are also going to go scroll down. Free shipping with your keyboard. Extra parts together with the keyboard. Let's add the CF plate. All right, so now you're at 160, and it's going to be the same shipping. You're going to save a lot, and you're going to have both plates or one or the other. Today I'm going to be running MX Blacks with all three plates. And then I'm going to run the Xinhais. You're going to get sound tests with the Xinhais on all three plates. It does add up, so you're going to want to get your plate right the first time. All right, let's get on with the sound tests. Welcome back, welcome back. I gotta say, this Neo65 Core Plus, still way too good. Sounds great on pretty much every plate, every combination, Plateless, MX Blacks, HMX, great all around. If I had to pick, and I was buying a board based off these sound tests, MX Blacks, I would definitely pick Alu, PP second. I would also be happy with Plateless to get the cheap option, 105. If I was going with the Xinhais, I do really enjoy the Alu and the PP. Originally, a long time ago, CF was my favorite, and that was my favorite on the Neo65. But with this back-to-back, these two are the winners for HMX. Maybe my preferences are changing slightly. So again, I hope this video helps you guys. It was 6 builds in a row. I did 3 in the afternoon and 3 after dinner. So the lighting may have slightly changed, but I did not move my mic. So my mic stayed the same. Everything else stayed the same. The stab config never changed. I only changed the caps just for Xinhais, and the Pono was run for all the MX Blacks. I didn't bother running the back-to-back with the individual plates. You can just fast forward and skip back and forth if you need to see that. Because this video was getting kind of long anyway, and I think your drink was probably running out. You probably need a refill on your drink. All right. Thank you again once for everyone for all the support. This time, I neglected to put the music again. I did want to put it in, really quiet, but I decided not to again. And peace. I will see you for the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help with the algo, but I think most of you are already subscribed anyway. I will see you again. Thank you.